Good morning, and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. In today's video, we are doing our final flip through for the Creep on June series. I finished it. We won't talk about the mess that I have scooched to both sides of my table right now. We could potentially have an avalanche going on. I've literally been working on this for about a solid 5 hours today, trying to finish this. And I had to get it done. I mean, tomorrow's July 1st. I've got to get caught up on my full deck challenge. I have 4 cards I'm behind on. It's going to be time to make the end card for hashtag ABCJLC challenge. And I've got to get ready for Christmas in July. So I love this journal. I really have thoroughly enjoyed working on this journal. She's a chunk. Of course, she's just a chunk. I made it, right? I always make fat journals. I sent this to my friend and I'm like, it's so fat. And she goes, I'm shocked, Jody. And I was like, hey. So this is this. So this is that scarf material or whatever it is that I foolishly tied in a knot like 2 minutes before I started filming because I wanted to see if the strip was long enough to work, and it is. I don't have any dangles on here. I don't have any hidden paper clips in here. There's a lot of things I wanted to do that I just didn't get to for this make. And I still have a lot of remnant pieces. So I'm assuming that these pieces are going to make an appearance in other makes, if they're appropriate, obviously. Okay, so I have my cover here, and I just did the Nevermore ledger at an angle on here. I really didn't think it needed much. I really like the way this cardboard looks, how beat up it is and everything. Sorry for the red background. It was the first thing I found that was solid to use as a background, so hopefully it doesn't make you angry. Okay, I left the covers plain. I left the signature covers plain. Ish. I mean, they've got interest from when I dyed the papers, but anyway. So in here, don't look at this tracker. I mean, I'm so far behind. I will make it all that, I made all the makes, but I didn't get all of the videos watched. I mean, I didn't, and I apologize. So I'm going to flip through here. This is the page that Mom and I made together. We have the dancing ghoul. So this is the cute little girl in the tutu. And I have this little black cat here. And these are the bones of the souls of the kids who didn't follow the madam's instructions. And she's got her little purple tutu going on here. And this is the dance house. So there is a reaper. Yeah, she reaps the souls of the bad students and hangs their bones to cause fear in new students. Anyway. Oh, and the beads are the 3 strikes you're out method. She gives the students 3 strikes before she takes their little souls. Oh, don't mind me. Okay, let's try to stay on screen here. In this little pocket, I put that little wonky eyeball that I had played with that one day and didn't end up using. And I thought, well, it's a pop of color on that page. And it works. And this is the mausoleum piece we made. I wanted the spiders to stick out of there. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember like all these makes from so long ago. And I gave up on the, you guys know I gave up on the numerical stickers for, or the using the numbers on the daily makes. I just gave up. So some will have those and some won't. There's a lot of room in here that things could still be added, but I love this design. I love the design of my coffee dyed paper. So I didn't necessarily feel like we needed to cover every single page. This is a pocket and this is a pocket, but by the time I was getting done with this, I'm like, man, this journal is so fat. I have to be super careful with adding anything else to it. Although I know that's there, and I love that texture paste that I made. Caveat, the texture paste went bad, and the only thing we could figure out is that it was from the sand, because I actually used sand from the beach that hadn't been processed. So maybe there was something in the sand that made my texture paste go bad. Super bummed. I'll do it again. Like, nothing that I used in the journal went bad because it was dry. It was what was inside the cup. So whether that has just been because we've been so hot here, I'm not sure what happened with it. I'm going to try again. But I just wanted to let you know that no issues with what I used in the journal. None. So I'm super happy about that. All right. And then here we have our Vines and Ladders game where Tracy annihilated me. Just total annihilation in that game. And so I love that. Tracy won, and I glued my little pieces here to the page on our bat page. And I wanted to do some more sewing on pieces, and I have to let them completely dry. So I may come in and add a little bit more stitching to some tags, but that's not going to impact the overall result of the journal. They just were wet, and I'm not going to deal with my sewing machine giving me a problem. So on this page we have, "What madness do you speak, woman? And you're testing the threshold of my patience. Murmurs as he walks away and does what she tells him to do anyway." I just love that make. I thought that was a really fun make. In here we have our little embossed bat and our poem and the "I'm not smiling" guy. I thought he was a lot of fun. And I think that just tucks in there just fine. And you'll see, like I said, I've got pages I ended up not doing anything to. This is a pocket I ended up, I was going to tuck something in there and then I didn't. I think I was going to tuck today's make in that and I didn't. This is some thermal receipt paper that my friend did, and I don't know how she got, if she stamped on this. I can't remember. I'll have to ask her, but this is a really cool piece, and I just used my my matte gel to adhere it to the page. So I also don't have pieces in here. I'm telling you guys, I thought I had, I started to stick things in here and then I got sidetracked with other pieces. This is what happens when I do flip throughs a lot of times. I'm like, oh yeah, but these are fine. I still have, you know, my Tim Holtz things I could put in here. Still have lots of images from the kit that I didn't use. So this is that Tim Holtz pocket. I just moved one of the poems into here, and then the rest of this is the stuff I had put in here on the day we made it. And then we have her. See, a number. I was using a number on her. I love her. She's so pretty. So pretty. All right. And our tombstone and fence that we did. That seems like so long ago. This was an offcut of a dyed index card, and I thought, well, that adds a little bit of interest to that. And so I just stuck it in there. And then in here, oh, okay. I used my ultra thick embossing powder on the heart jar, so I love how uneven it is. I mean, it makes a mess. That stuff goes everywhere. I had to stop and vacuum my desk, which was so hard today because I'm telling you guys, you don't want to see my table. But here's one of the fun pieces. This flesh is stuck in my teeth. He's trying to pick his teeth out. It's the first thing that popped in my head when I saw him, and I had to do it. All right, and then we have her where I beaded that piece. This is truly one of my favorite pages in here. It was so time consuming, but I love doing this, and I suspect I will do that again in the future. And then we have our little wolf who, he's just so in love with her, right? Oh, we have these two pieces. Oh, so many fun pieces. And this was day 2. I swear, it seems like it was like an eternity ago. It really does. So much fun. I gotta say, Tracy did an amazing job on the kit. It was so much fun to work with. I just really enjoyed it a lot. And so I appreciate the time and effort that it takes them to put these kits together. I can only imagine. I love this creepy house. Actually, I love this house. I would totally love to have this house. Oh, I could already tell you what I would do with some of the rooms in it. It's such a gorgeous house. We have our maze number 2, our Jax dude over here. And then we have our Frankenstein watch piece. I love this page. I just really like this make a lot. It was a lot of fun. So much fun. It's fun to go back after you do a month-long thing and you've made every single day. I've truly forgotten some of the pieces. And today when I was finishing, I didn't sit here and pull all these pieces out to see like what I had made before. I was just like, I gotta get this done. And I told Mark too. He called me, goes, you want to go to lunch? I'm like, I can't. I have got to just eat something here quick and get back to work. I have got to finish this. And he's like, okay, which I never turn down lunch ever. So, all right, Mr. O'Keefe. And yes, I know that's an Irish name. I know. Oh, I put the other maze in here. So maze number 1, I hadn't had a home for it yet, but I like the pop of purple. And that's our Words of Spook. Is that the one that we're on? I literally don't remember. Oh, we have our last 2 words that I will give you right now. And those are phantom and spooky. I assume you knew that already because they were the only 2 words that were left. But officially, I've given you the last 2 words. So for those of you who said, I found my words today, thank you so much for playing along. It was a lot of fun. We have our Wonders of a Witch page. I found this bingo card that I had already backed. I have no idea what it's from or where I got it. And then that fun Astra card and the poem I stuck in that pocket. We have this guy. So much fun. He's off to scare our Dracula, who's deep in thought. Who's he gonna bite tonight? I love it. All right, our Ghoul page out of our book. So funny. I saw this book at a yard sale yesterday. I almost picked it up again, but I was like, no, you still have some. And now I'm kicking myself because it was only $1 and I wish I would have picked it up. Because some of the images in that book are so much fun. This is a tic-tac-toe game where Kirsten annihilated me. I just didn't do well with my games this year. I still want to put like what on him. I don't know what my obsession is with that, but I do love him. He's so much fun. I heat embossed this frame with some walnut stain distress glaze, and it's very imperfectly done, and I absolutely love that it's imperfectly done. Hopefully the lighting is okay for you guys. I'm having difficulty telling in the camera how the lighting is doing for you. I used a pearl embroidery floss to sew this together. I think it's a pearl 8. So there was this guy, was being the key word, you know. I had to do what I had to do. I moved this piece from another pocket just to add a little bit of color behind him. So this is one of the envelopes that were in the kit, and I love this piece. And so I had backed this with book page. Then I took my knife and slit the flap to make that a pocket. After I slit that flap, I put another piece of book page behind it to make it so these 2 pieces wouldn't catch whatever was going in behind here. So actually this has 3 layers of book page behind it, which is a lot. But I wanted to make sure that, again, nothing was going to catch on these 2 pieces and they needed something, or these pieces would have just fallen out. So that was a fun piece. So this guy, he's kind of creepy and he looks like he's threatening, right? He's all menacing. He's got his fingers and he's all, so I heard you used fabric scissors on paper. So he's out to get you for doing that. Okay. I'm telling you, some of these pieces, I just had to do it. I cut the pocket apart, that pocket I didn't use the other day. And this again is some of that thermal paper with the skeleton hands and foot, and back that to it. And I thought the orange went well with this page. We have this was from the newsletter when it came out. And so that was the first piece I had made for this. We have Mr. Lemieux and the cloud of the guy who's like, rah. That was a fun piece. It seems like so long ago that I made some of these pieces. Okay, so back here is just some like stationary Halloween memo pad paper. I guess that's the word. In here, we have this guy. He's all, tasted like chicken. Don't mind me. I'm nuts. I have a skull image here. I love her. She's like so creepy. I tore around the picture and inked around it. So she's in there. I have another skeleton piece in here. This was a potion bottle that I actually just took some colored pencils to and colored it in. Backed it with the green. I don't remember if that was something we made together or not. This was an offcut, so I stuck it in this front pocket here with the skull sticking out. Again, I used the Ranger Ultra Thick Embossing Powder on this, and it's so imperfect, but I really like it. I just really like what it did to these. And I put it on there just to add a little something to that page. All along, I have felt like it needed something, and I wanted to use him, so it was a good spot. And then we have this witch in the woods, the forest. I'm not rereading all the poems because we've done that. And then this flips out. I don't remember what's in here. Uh-oh, are you gonna come out? No! The humidity is getting me here. So our mausoleum piece, our tomb. Okay. This was just the piece we made the other day with that flocking powder. I don't know. I do like velvet, but I still don't know about that. All right, so he goes in there, and then that's the image my friend had stamped for me. Yeah. And here I moved this tag to the back so that that could kind of like peek over the top of the envelope. And then I put Mr. We Need a Friend in here. So he just sits in there and then goes like that. We have our bat image, our bat decoupage page, Mr. Dracula, Mr. Reaper, our raven image here, our What's Different puzzle piece. This is today's make, keeping time in a sort of runic rhyme. Oh, the bells, 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 what a tale their terror tells. And so I just backed this on some of that packaging, stapled some trim on the top of that, and put that in here. And then we've got these guys. I literally don't even remember making some of these pieces. Oh yeah, the eyes. I love the eyes. Some of these were such just fun bits to make. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. Do leave me alone. I tell you, leave me alone. Love this. I'm going to remember this and do this again in Christmas colors. I think that would be really fun. And then we tucked into the flap, and we just have our paper that I script stamped it on. Script stamped in. You guys know what I mean, right? So on this page, I had a scrap and I tore just a strip to cover the white space down there. I didn't end up adding any color to him. Really like that page. I really like it a lot. And then we have our flippy envelope with our werewolf on the sea. Our purple curtain piece that I tucked in there. I just put him straight on the page with this little one. I liked having this size because it's like postage stamp size, and it allowed me to add just a little something to a few of the pieces. So I really like that. And then in here I have this guy. And these were, so that was, you know, some of these were images that I had sourced myself. They weren't part of the kit. So, and then this opens up. And then we have our piece. The dangle. If I can get it back in here without sticking my head in it. Okay. And then we have that piece. I put this just directly on the page because it was such a bulky piece and having difficulty with putting it in a pocket somewhere. Love what it did. I love, love, love this page. I love that that page inspired some of you to do a version of it yourselves. So thank you for doing that and tagging me and sharing that with me. This is a book page that my friend had stamped on and embossed. And then I just took the Mr. Reaper Cemetery and put it on there. I thought that just was another touch to that page. I like the little skull stamp. I think that's a really cool piece. On this was the Dr. Frankenstein envelope. And so one of those images, you know, I'd printed those 6 to a page. And so I put it on here like a postage stamp. And I thought that was kind of fun. And then one of the word search pieces there. How did I have that? I don't know. And our little journal book in the pocket. He's just directly on the page just to use him. I've been fascinated with his eyes and I really wanted to use him somewhere. So I thought he just added a little something on that page. Remember, this was our trick or treat plan, and this is Mark when he was a teenager, Mr. Pumpkinhead. Oh, this was one of those archive pages, and I just pulled the date off of it, and this little skull wax seal is from last year's Creep on June. So I've got this guy tucked in this pocket. This was just an offcut of the cardstock, so I put it in here with this guy, backed with one of the smaller background pieces. So he's in there. Another one of our mazes here. Yeah, I fixed this. I just put a little bit of like number here just to add a little bit of something and take away that really hard line where I had seamed those 2 pages together. I was like, I have to do something with this. It was driving me crazy. So we have this guy. He's making a list of all the people who have wronged him that he needs to bite. One of the word searches is in there. I'm leaving that so you don't see any answers in case you're not finished yet. That is one of the skeletons. My friend stamped me on acetate, so I put him in there. Our bat piece with the texture paste. And in here we have our cipher for with the decoder that we need to do. So again, I didn't put anything back here. This is a pocket, but again, I haven't put anything in there. Oh, I could put that in there. I have been moving this and moving this around, and I really wanted to use it. And I think I may just ink the back of it and put it in that pocket. I think that's what we're gonna do. Yep, I like it. It's not even folded straight, and that's okay. But he's just gonna peek out of there. Or not. Maybe that won't even fit in there. I better not risk it. This journal is so big. I changed my mind from 3-inch to 3.5-inch spine, and it's a good thing I did, because otherwise I don't think it would have fit in a 3-inch. Okay, so thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here with me throughout this entire month. Some of you have been just amazing troopers and have watched every single video. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. This has been so Creep on June, again, is what sparked Tracy to invite me to be on her creative design team. And so it just has such a special place in my heart. And I feel like I put a lot of pressure on myself to make sure that I do a good job with it, because I need to retain my place on the design team. And so I'm just truly so grateful. Thank you guys so much for being here, and just thank you for just encouraging me and supporting me and just continuing to be here. You know, it's just amazing. It's so hard. Now I will go from, this just fits. I will fight with that off camera. I go from Halloween and getting this all cleaned up to I literally have Christmas stuff that I have to get pulled out. So I'm going to empty out my 10 drawer bin and put Halloween away. And I will start getting Christmas out over the next couple of days. And, but again, I'm going to catch up on my full deck challenge, look at the calendar, because I'm pretty sure we need to do, in for the ABC challenge this week. So just kind of get back in our normal routine. It was very hard to do this every day and try to keep up with the full deck challenge. But that is a commitment to myself that I made. I wanted to do that every week. So I'm going to get back on track with that. And, if there's anything that you want to see me try or do, or, something, please always say, hey, Jody, I'd like you to see you do, whatever. I'm happy to try to do it. And usually I learn something as well as you along the way. Maybe that's that you don't want to ask me to show you how to do something. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. But anyway, all right. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thank you again so much for being here. It has been an amazing month. And here's looking forward to another amazing month. Bye.